Guys, I haven't done a perfumer profile video, a list of fragrances for a perfumer for some time. So today I'm doing one, and the perfumer is Nathalie Lorson. And even though I did a video about her fragrances some time ago, I did a top 5 designer men's fragrances that were created by Nathalie Lorson. I thought I'd do a video of top 20 fragrances she's created that I have in my collection. And there's not only men's fragrances here, there's women's fragrances, unisex, discontinued, still in the market, and so on, fragrances here. I've ranked this list top 20, so if you want to find out about the top 20 Nathalie Lorson fragrances, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. Yes, today we're talking about Nathalie Lorson fragrances. I know that there's a lot of fans of her fragrances. She's done some great work, and you're going to see some of the fragrances here. I do have some really great fragrances that I really love. And also want to highlight Maison Violet, who uses Nathalie Lorson to create fragrances for that house. There's a house that's missing here. I think it's called Musicology, and I think she's done several fragrances for that house. But I've got a great selection of fragrances here, great designers and great unisex fragrances, and of course men's and women's fragrances as well. Just also to let you know, there's a few fragrances that are discontinued or pretty tough to get, but I wanted to highlight them because I am fans of them. Before I get to the fragrances, if this is your first time tuning into the channel and you haven't subscribed, please do click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off right off the bat with a fragrance for the House of Coach, Sunset Dreams. This is a feminine targeted release. This is the fragrance here. It's vanilla, pear, ice cream, tonka beans, magnolia, jasmine, sambac, and bergamot. So to me, this smells like it acts like a creamy, fruity, vanillic experience. There's definitely like an ice cream like quality here, very creamy and custardy, but it's got this contrast of the pear here. So there's definitely a fruitiness here, and of course there's the ice cream note in this particular fragrance as well. So it's got a combination of flowers, sweet notes, citruses, and fruits. Delicious fragrance. It's Coach Sunset Dreams, starting off at number 20. So we're going to go to the house of Givenchy. So Givenchy has launched the the collection La Particulier, or yeah, I think that's what it's called. And she's done several fragrances for that collection, and seems like the collection is all created by Firmenich perfumers. And Nathalie Lorson works for Firmenich, the big house that houses many perfumers, and they have their proprietary ingredients there that they use and things like that. Of course, there's Alberto Morillas that works there. There's also Olivier Cresp and a bunch of other well-known perfumers. But this fragrance from the house of Givenchy, it's DESINVOLTE. I think that's how you say it, DESINVOLTE. So this particular fragrance is this beautiful floral balm. So it's white flowers. You've got to be into white flowers. And there's not only orange blossom here, a citrus flower, there's jasmine, there's tuberose. And then according to the notes, there's Ambroxan and Vetiver. But you know what? I also get gardenia here. So there's a big bouquet of white flowers here. It's just a beautiful bouquet, but I feel like it's very spring, warm spring day, kind of an appropriate fragrance. And of course, very warm, hot summer days. I think this is very refreshing. The white flowers are totally in your face. You gotta love white flowers to appreciate this one. DESINVOLTE is Givenchy from the La Collection Particulier fragrances. Moving on to the house of Marley, Parfums de Marley. This is Meliora, this one right here. So this is sort of similar, sort of not. This has the dosage of, no, I shouldn't say it's similar. This is very fruity. I forgot this is a fruity. Although it does have flowers here in Meliora, but it's a fruit bomb pretty much. It's loads of blackcurrant, red berries, cassis, along with vanilla, musk, rose, ylang ylang, lily of the valley. So you've got a tropical flower, you've got a green flower here, and of course you've got the rose, the king of the flowers. There's that musk. It's very musky, and along that you've got the vanilla and the fruits as well. Quite delicious. It's Meliora from the house of Parfums de Marley. So we had the Coach for women, Givenchy unisex, Meliora for women as well. This next one is one of the discontinued ones, or I think it's a limited release. Going to the house of ZARA, it's a sweet pastry in Paris. This came out during the pandemic, and I ordered it right away because I saw her name attached to it, and I liked the idea of the fragrance. So I don't know if you guys can get this one anymore. It was part of a collection called Artisans Collection, as you can see there on there. So this was very inexpensive. It was like 20 bucks or 25 bucks, somewhere around there. So very inexpensive 100 ml bottle, and it features notes of sugarcane, vanilla, and lemon. So it has a kind of a very custard-like quality, but lemon custard with vanilla. And so I've been to many pastry shops in Paris. I love going there. I'll be there and spending my birthday in September next month. But this has, you go in there, you get these like pastries, and there's some that have custards in them and things like that. This basically, the experience is like that. So you've got a lemony custard against kind of like doughy pastry, kind of puff pastry, kind of like a croissant-like experience. Really delicious, a sweet pastry in Paris by ZARA. Just highlighting that as one of the favorite fragrances from Nathalie Lorson, because I really do enjoy the fragrances she creates. Moving on to the house of Parfums de Marly, once again, we've got ORIANA. So ORIANA is created by two perfumers. One of them is Nathalie Lorson, and I believe the other perfumer is Hamid Muradi Kashani. So this is kind of like a Love Don't Be Shy fragrance experience. So if you like that fragrance, you should definitely look into this particular fragrance as well, because it's got that kind of vanillic, orange blossom, marshmallow, custard, caramel combination. So we've got the Chantilly cream here, along with marshmallow, orange blossom, raspberry, blackcurrant, musk, ambrette, and mandarin. So there is a difference. So Love Don't Be Shy did not have that kind of fruitiness. This definitely, along with that whole Love Don't Be Shy experience, you've got the fruitiness here as well, the fruitiness of the raspberry and the blackcurrant. So you definitely have that standing out and contrasting against that whole Love Don't Be Shy experience. So the different kind of a Love Don't Be Shy fragrance experience, ORIANA from the house of Parfums de Marly. Check that out if you don't know it. Moving on to the house of YSL, it's Black Opium EDP Extreme, and I believe this is a fragrance created by Nathalie Lorson along with one or two other perfumers. And I'm so sorry I'm forgetting the names of the other perfumers right now. There might be Olivier Cresp here, but I could be wrong. But either way, the notes are coffee, cacao, patchouli, vanilla, jasmine, orange blossom. It's actually quite delicious. This is the only version that I have ever purchased from the Black Opium collection. It's definitely not the original Opium. This is definitely more of a modern experience, more gourmand leaning. And of course, they've taken it even to a further gourmand direction with the EDP Extreme. You've got the cacao, you've got the coffee, definitely highlighted along with the vanilla, jasmine, orange blossom contrast there, and you've got that earthy patchouli here as well. Very delicious. I think this is definitely a great designer feminine release. It's YSL Black Opium EDP Extreme. Now going back to a fragrance I wore back in 2000, 2001. 20 plus years ago. Did not know who Nathalie Lorson was back then. I didn't even know she created this fragrance. This is from the house of Paul Smith, a house I don't speak too much about. It's Men, this one right here. Currently selling on a fragrance net or something for around 25 bucks. It's definitely worth it. It's very fresh, and it's also very watery, because it's a violet leaf as a note. That's the prominent note here. You do experience that kind of very fresh, invigorating, kind of a watery, ozonic experience that is a signature for the violet leaf note. But along with the violet leaf, you get basil here, bergamot, orange, lavender, vetiver, musk, sandalwood, oak moss, ginger, and geranium. So this is a new bottle I have. I have also the aftershave. I also have a tester of this, which I keep in my gym bag. So sometimes when I go to the gym, it's so fresh. It's so fresh and invigorating. It's perfect for after a shower because it's not uber heavy, or even before I spray some on, and it's perfect, and you're kind of in this like fresh ozonic cloud. So I've got a couple of these laying around because it's so inexpensive, and it definitely brings back memories of the early 2000s. So Paul Smith Men is definitely a great fragrance that Nathalie Lorson has created. That's a men's fragrance, obviously. It's called Paul Smith Men. The next fragrance is a feminine targeted release, going to the house of Mugler. This is Alien Goddess. So this fragrance, I believe, Nathalie Lorson created with Marie Salamagna, who also works at Firmenich. Firmenich is a firm that Nathalie Lorson works at. So Alien Goddess is definitely a complete new fragrance in the alien world of fragrances by Mugler, and I feel like it's its own unique fragrance. Definitely not really alien. Although they do mention the jasmine here, I feel like the jasmine here is faint. But you do have lots of coconut here with heliotrope, bourbon, vanilla, jasmine, of course, cashmere, and bergamot. There's definitely muskiness here from that cashmere, but it's very vanillic, and it has a very beachy vibe. So this is definitely a beachy fragrance to me. It's kind of like sunshine or summer in a bottle. So beach. Summer in a bottle at the beach. So Alien Goddess by Mugler at number 13. So going back to the house of Givenchy and the collection Particulier fragrances. This is a really fun fragrance by Nathalie Lorson. It's called Accord Particulier. Accord Particulier. So Accord Particulier, I believe, is kind of like the musk of this collection of fragrances, and I think you can wear it on its own minimalistically, or you can use it to layer fragrances from this collection or any other fragrances. So it's kind of like another 13 type of a fragrance, which Nathalie Lorson has created as well, and I got on the list coming up soon. So Givenchy's Accord Particulier is Rose Damascena essence, Haitian Vetiver, Patchouli essence, and Ambrox. So it kind of acts a little Chypre-like as well, but man, it's really, really great. I love the Ambroxan here. It's musky, it's clean, it's rosy, it's earthy, a little grassy, but a wonderful fragrance. It's not overwhelming, but as I said, you can wear it on its own simplistically, minimalistically, with a little more oomph to it rather than something like Molecule 1 or 2, but you can also layer it. I think you can layer this really great, and I love that about it. So Accord Particulier at number 12 from the house of Givenchy. Next, going to the house of Essential Parfums, it's Fig Infusion. Nathalie Lorson created that this year for this house. It's a great fig fragrance. To me, it's a very woody fig fragrance and not necessarily fruity. This is not the fruity kind of fig, although you might have some light traces of fig fruit in here, but I feel like this is more of the tree, woody, and kind of going into the direction of something like Philosophes or Premier Figuier from the house of L'Artisan Parfumeur, but definitely not going very coconutty, whereas those fragrances have that coconut note. But this is fig, black tea, mandarin orange, and sandalwood. So there's some sweet orange touch in here, like mandarin orange touch, and also a creaminess. So perhaps that creaminess from the sandalwood kind of takes on the characteristic of the fig milk experience that the Premier Figuier and Philosophes has going for it. But either way, Fig Infusion, check that out. It's from the house of Essential Parfums, and it's at number 11. Going back to the house of Givenchy, it looks like Givenchy works with Firmenich quite a bit. This is a fragrance created by Nathalie Lorson along with Olivier Cresp. This is the Gentleman Givenchy in EDP. Really, really great designer fragrance for men. I love this one. I think it's a solid release. Although I think 10 and 9 could be rotated back and forth. I can think of where they would go, but I put it here. But this particular fragrance, to me, it's taking the original into EDT and really doing a wonderful job with it. The EDT did not do it for me. I felt it was kind of boring, but here I like the creamy ambery touches here. We've got vanilla, tolu balsam, orris butter, black pepper, patchouli, benzoin, tonka beans, lavender, and cloves. It's a wonderful fragrance. It's buttery, it's creamy, it's rich, ambery, vanillic, and lots of iris or orris butter powdery experience. Definitely experience the black pepper too. So this is Givenchy, Gentleman Givenchy in EDP. Wonderful fragrance. So I do have to be honest, 10, 9, and 8 I could have rotated around. I just couldn't make up my mind. So this is how I put. They're really, really great fragrances. But the next fragrance at number 9 is also a discontinued fragrance. At least it is here in the States. I don't know if it is all over the world. This is going to the house of Lancôme. It's Iris Dragée. This one right here. Iris and almonds together, wonderful combination. It was short-lived, I think, really short-lived. I bought this at the which airport? Heathrow Airport in London, because I discovered it at Selfridges. I loved it, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to buy it at the airport because I got too much in my suitcase. And I couldn't get enough of it because it's the kind of almond candy, Jordan almond type experience with a powdery iris experience. So it's kind of like a gourmand iris experience. Very delicious. It features iris, almonds, vanilla, orris, sugar, white musk, ISOE super, orange blossom, and freesia. Yeah, there's that little bit of orange blossom here that might hint at something like Love Don't Be Shy, but this doesn't go there at all. It just kind of has that light reminder. For me, it's the iris with the almonds and the vanilla. Very delicious combination. Iris Dragée at number 9 from the house of Lancôme. And as I said, 10, 9, and 8 could be fluctuated. This is how I'm feeling today. Going to the house of Zadig & Voltaire, this is him, is at number 8. Great fragrance. Loving the smell of this one, and I love the creamy. Also, it's a creamy sandalwood experience here because this is about sandalwood vanilla. There's that incense here and the black pepper, and I get both the creamy sandalwood variety and also kind of like the dry, dusty, and shaved kind of sandalwood variety in here as well. It's a combination of both because it's a very dry experience contrasted with the sandalwood, but you have sandalwood vanilla, the incense, the black pepper, and then of course some zingy grapefruit here. Great combination of notes. Wonderful fragrance. This is him by Zadig & Voltaire. Very small indie designer house. You're gonna probably find those at the discounters here in the States. And this next fragrance is the last, I believe, the last discontinued fragrance, or I keep seeing bottles pop up of this at discounters every once in a while. This is going to the house of Mandarina Duck. It's Black Extreme. Love Black Extreme. The black is okay. The Black Extreme takes it to that direction of smelling like the Xerjoff fragrance. Damn, I'm drawing a blank with the name of that fragrance. Uden. Xerjoff Uden. If you like Uden and you wanted a less expensive alternative, this is definitely really great. One of my favorite fragrances that she's created. Tonka beans, vanilla, tangerine, sandalwood, orange blossom, tiara flower, bergamot, and pepper. It's all about the tonka beans with the vanilla and the tangerine here. The tangerine is wonderful. It's a beautiful, sweet, citrus, little tart experience against the tonka beans. Vanillic, light tobacco-ish touches and almondy bitterness along with the vanilla. Such a great scent. You can get the original, the regular Mandarina Duck Black. If that's available, get it. But if you can find it Black Extreme, it takes it to another level. It's just really a luxury take on that fragrance, and it's a job well done. So Mandarina Duck Black Extreme at number 7. So there's a lot of great fragrances that Nathalie Lorson has done, but when you are new to the fragcom or fragrance community and you get in and you're trying to buy up fragrances, probably one of the first fragrances you're going to end up buying is Encre Noire. I'm not featuring that particular version here. I'm featuring the à la extrême version, but at number 6 it's Lalique's Encre Noire à la extrême, where Encre Noire is taken to the luxury space. This is a luxury take on that Vetiver and cypress combination, which is what this one's all about. Lots of vetiver here with incense, cypress, elemi, benzoin, sandalwood, patchouli, orris, and bergamot. To me, this also has that experience of smelling like Chanel Sycamore. So if you can't afford Sycamore, you can get this one. I think it's a great fragrance. I love this one a lot more than the original Encre Noire, and I feel like Encre Noire, the original one, seems a little more simplistic. Doesn't seem as complex, and there's this very complex experience with this one because it has all these things, in the notes, like there's ambery experience and things like that. Some people even say there's probably oud in here, but for me it's just a great take on a beefy, more oomphy take on the original Encre Noire. So at number 6 it's Lalique Encre Noire à la extrême. And at number 5, going to the house of Le Labo, it's another 13. Great fragrance. I love wearing this one in the heat, extreme heat. It's a great musky fragrance experience. The trail is really great and very sexy, and it's got lots of minimalistic notes, synthetic molecular notes as well, like ISOE supers here. There's ambrette, there's amyl salicylate, pear, ambergris, musk. Great fragrance. If you don't know this one, do wear it. If you like minimalistic fragrances, musky fragrances, sexy fragrances, definitely try another 13, because this one does need to combine with your own body chemistry, and just wear it, walk around, perspire a little, let your fragrance kind of project off of you. Wonderful. It's another 13 from the house of Le Labo. A great fragrance. So we're going to the house of Maison Violet that I mentioned earlier. Nathalie Lorson does a lot of the fragrances for that house. This is Sketch at number 4. A great vanillic, ambery patchouli fragrance. So delicious. It's got lots of ambery experience here, and it's contrasted with that kind of vanillic amber with loads of patchouli. So it's vanilla, patchouli, tonka beans, tuberose, nutmeg, pink pepper, bergamot, and rose. A beautiful, very beautiful combination of very long-lasting Sketch at number 4. Next, going to the house of Bentley, it's Bentley for Men Intense. Yes, this is one of my favorite fragrances from this house and one of my favorite creations from Nathalie Lorson. It's very high up there because I love this one and I love its dry down and it's super fantastic. I love the way this smells on me, especially the dry down on me. It's heavenly. But this one features notes of incense, leather, benzoin, rum, black pepper, patchouli, woods, cinnamon cedar, bay leaf. A wonderful creation. To me, it does smell like 2 other fragrances, Luban fragrance Idole and also Olfacta Studios Chambre Noire. Take those 2 fragrances and combine them and you got something like Bentley for Men Intense. Really great fragrance. I love this one. Bentley for Men Intense at number 3, a great creation by Nathalie Lorson. Alright, so I just recently discovered that Nathalie Lorson has created fragrance number 2. It's one of my favorite fragrances from the house of Amouage. Lilac Love. I was not aware that she created this fragrance. This is an absolutely delicious lilac fragrance. Lilac and gourmand together doesn't sound like it's going to be great, but this is super delicious. Love the combination. So it's lilac, cacao, heliotrope, gardenia, tonka beans, vanilla, orris, peony, jasmine, and rose. It's flowers, lots of flowers, but you've got the lilac, which is the star here, along with cacao. So there's definitely like a dusting of chocolatiness cacao experience here. And there's that heliotrope, so it's a very powdery fragrance. Heliotrope has a powdery almondy experience, and then you've got the vanilla as well. But they've thrown in the gardenia and tonka beans, and you've got the orris. So it's a very, very powdery fragrance. Lots of powdery experience, a little almondy, a little cacao, very vanillic, delicious fragrance. Lilac Love at number 2 from the house of Amouage. And my number 1 favorite fragrance from, well, I should say, my number 1 favorite fragrance created by Nathalie Lorson is On Air de Apogée from the house of Maison Violet. This is such a great fragrance. In fact, it's such a great fragrance, I'm featuring it in my kit number 2, which I'm dropping tomorrow. That's why I'm featuring it here at number 1, because it's just a great tobacco suede leather experience, but it's a warm tobacco experience. So it's got lots of tobacco with hay, suede, cashmerean, mimosa, iris, leather, ambroxan, sage, atlas cedar, labdanum. So there's definitely an ambery experience here, but that mimosa is a key note for me. Mimosa is this yellow flower that has not only an almondy experience, but also a honeyed experience. And this has tobacco with hay. It's just a really perfectly made fragrance because they're using mimosa to kind of like create a honeyed experience. And you've got the, you know, the amberiness from the labdanum, the tobacco, and the suede. It's really a wonderful tobacco fragrance wearing experience. If you guys don't know this one, do really check this one out because I think you're gonna love it. And stay tuned tomorrow when I drop my kit number 2. It's gonna be featuring this and 2 other fragrances. So this is Maison Violet's On Air de Apogée. I really think it's a great fragrance. I think this is one of the best fragrances that Nathalie Lorson has dropped. Are you guys familiar with this and the house? Do let me know so I can find out. But that's about it. That's the top 20 Nathalie Lorson fragrances list for you. Do you know any of these fragrances? Do you have another favorite Nathalie Lorson creation that I did not discuss here? I was going through the databases to find her fragrances. There's a ton of stuff she's done. There's houses that I haven't even explored that she's done or done fragrances for. This is a top 20 here. I have one bonus, stick around for that. But I think this is a pretty good list. I do want to get some more stuff, especially that Musicology brand. I don't know this brand. I think Javoy in Paris sells it. They might even have it on their website, so I might check those out when I go back. But let me know if there are any other fragrances that you like that Nathalie Lorson has created. Put a comment down so I can find out. Either way, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye. Oh, by the way, if you're hearing noises in the background, my studio is right next to stairs. I'm in a very old building. It's very classic. It's from the early 1900s, and it's right next to the stairs. So I guess sometimes people walk, and it's kind of actually getting busier and busier in this building because during COVID it was dead. Nobody was here. It was very quiet, and slowly but surely it's starting to. People are starting to come back. So somebody was going up the stairs or down the stairs, and that's why we heard that noise. But I do have one more fragrance for you. This is a fragrance going back to that house of Givenchy, the Particulier collection. This is Pear de Rien, this one right here. Pear de Rien is also a Nathalie Lorson created fragrance. It's very fresh, and it highlights the narcissus flower along with Tarocco orange, bergamot, orange blossom, and ylang ylang. So you've got flowers here. You've got this very interesting flower of narcissus. It's got a kind of a green experience. It's got a very yellow floral experience. You've got that Tarocco orange, very citrusy, sweet citrus, along with the bergamot. But then you also have this orange blossom. You definitely get it here. It's here. And then the tropical flower of ylang ylang. So it's basically flowers and citruses together. It's a match made in heaven. This is once again very fresh. So it's definitely a great fragrance to wear in the spring or summertime. So this is Pear de Rien from the house of Givenchy. And that is the bonus fragrance for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. And don't forget, tomorrow I'm doing the drop of Scent Club Kit 2, and of course, as I said, this is featured in it, On Air de Apogée. So stick around and stay tuned for that. As soon as I drop the video, the fragrance, the store is going to be open, and you can take advantage of buying kit number 2 from Scent Club. See you guys. Bye bye.